Okay, if you're all ready, we are going to start our worship service this afternoon. Okay? So, umpisa po natin sa panalangin ko. Let us pray. Let us pray. Our God and Heavenly Father, truly, O God, we are humbled again this afternoon, knowing that, Lord God, you are a great audience, Lord God. And we know, Father God, that you will be with us. We worship you, to sing praise unto you, Lord God. For all these things, Lord God, you deserve the highest praise. So for all of us, Lord God, we are united in the Spirit, Lord God, to worship you, to sing praise unto you, O Father, and to ready ourselves, Lord God. Father God, that you will be the priority, the primary priority of our lives, one of our minds this afternoon, Lord God. We will going to neglect problems, anything that will hinder us from worshiping you, so that our main focus is on you alone, only this afternoon, Lord God, to bring our highest praise and honor to you, Father God. Lord, leading us, Lord God, prepare our hearts as well, Lord God, so that we can give you the highest praise, and we can receive the full blessings coming from this afternoon. Truly, go, Father, that you will allow us, Father God, to give our best for you, because you deserve all of it. So this afternoon, Lord God, may you allow us, Lord God, indeed, Lord God, to freely sing, to freely worship you, Lord God, in spirit and in truth. So Father, we thank you, and all these things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Po, so ibigay ko na po ang panahon kay Sister Ben.
I want to ask each one of us, kumusta po tayo ngayon sa akin? Do we have a heart that's full of hope? That when po tayo ay peace, may hope sa ating mga puso at this moment. We all know that as a life of OFW here in the Middle East is yung employment mo natin is not sure, gagakaya tayo dito. We faces different kinds of tribulation, challenges to work, injustices, and yun po, yung mga nararanasan natin as overseas Filipino workers. And minsan tinatanong natin, personally, I ask myself, or I ask the Lord, pag napapagod ako each day sa trabaho ko, Lord, hanggang forever na lang ganito ako. Naging staff nurse, naging exhausted, and dahil Pilipino ako, binibigay lahat sa akin yung trabaho. I mean, yung parang ganito na lang lagi. And then, yung relationship natin with other people, I mean, wala na bang hope for a change? But as we read this word, God is always there to comfort us through His word. And He says in His word that, rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. And as a Christian, we have this faith. We have this hope that's built in faith. That it is a hope that's like a faith that cannot be moved by circumstances, not what the eyes see or not what we feel. So today, let us, kung nawawalan po tayo ng pag-asa in everything na piniface natin, let's also hold on to the Lord. Dahil ang buhay natin dito is not just, hindi lang po yung buhay sa mundo, kundi there's a life after this life. So let's just hold on to God. Let us declare that we will not live but what we see or what we feel in physical natin, but we live by faith, and through Him, nothing is impossible. So church, I invite every one of you to sing praises to our God. Let's sing Nothing is Impossible. Tayo pa tayo lahat. And let's sing a joyful praise and noise unto Him. Come on, church. To you, I can do I only have this word. Grace is unto you. Let's bless the name of the Lord. Hallelujah.
pwede ko bang pakibati ulit yung katabi ninyo? Magandang hapon kapatid. It's nice to see you.
Praise. Okay. Pasensya na po to your stage slightly adjusting our microphone and our wireless microphone. So, medyo nagkakaroon siya ng feedback sa mga speakers natin. We don't want you to suffer sa mga noise. Praise God. Salamat sa Panginoon. Let's come to the Lord in prayer so that we can prepare our hearts as we listen to this word. We are always grateful, Father, for all the things that you're doing and done in our lives. We even thank you for giving us this opportunity to again worship you as a family, as one body, with one spirit, in one way. And we humble ourselves before you right now because we come by your grace. We recognize it's your goodness and your faithfulness in our lives that sustains us and enables us to do things that you alone can do to us and through us. And so we ask right now that as we study your word, may you see the willingness for us to receive it with joy and enthusiasm, with willingness to obey and dedicate our lives to you. We ask your Holy Spirit as our teacher to just speak to us, O God, enlighten us with your word, encourage us. We thank you for this opportunity, knowing, O God, that you have something for us this afternoon to be able to continue to live the life that you have designed for us to pursue. So we commit this time to you, Lord, and we commit every one of us right now who are here. We ask that you just fill us with your Spirit, so that nothing will be done out of our flesh, but only by the power of your Spirit. So we thank you in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Let me use one illustration that I've used before. There was this magician who happens to saw a mouse who was so afraid of a cat. Isang maikero ang nakita na isang daga na sobrang takot sa pusa kapag nakakita siya. So out of pity sa nakitang daga, he transformed the mouse into a cat, to something na hindi na siya matatakot. So he transformed the mouse into that thing that causes the fear sa kanyang buhay. So binago niya, ginawa niya rin isang pusa. Unfortunately, after a while, nakita ng magician that the mouse that was transformed into a cat was also afraid of a dog. Nakita niya, takot na takot din yung pusa, nakakita na isang aso. So he transformed the cat into a dog. And the cat was really free from fear, but not until the dog saw a tiger. Because again, the dog that came from the mouse and transformed into cat, now had seen a tiger. At takot na takot siya. So the magician again, out of pity and really mercy dun sa daga, he transformed the tiger, o yung dog into a tiger. Doon sa mga bagay na kinatatakutan niya. And all the while, the magician thought that everything will be okay. Now that the once mouse has become a cat, and a dog, and now a tiger, siguro naman, okay na siya. But suddenly, the tiger came complaining that he was afraid when he saw a hunter. And so the magician decided to just transform the tiger once more into a mouse. Why? Because the magician said that even if I transform you into something bigger than you, unless or except that your heart will remain to have a heart that is as little as a mouse, you will remain afraid and fearful, and it's hopeless. Kahit anong pagbabago, ito naman, maliban na yung puso ang magbago at yung kalooban ng magbago, that will be hopeless and meaningless. One of the toughest traits to develop in life is having hope, especially when you are in a hopeless situation. Isa sa pinakamahirap na katangian niyan, mga kapatid, to really cultivate and develop in our lives, and that is to be hopeful when things seem hopeless. Why? It is easier for us to be hopeful when we see the possibility of a solution to a problem. Napakadaling magtiwala at umasa kapag nakikita mo yung solusyon sa isang problema. It's easy to hope for healing for a sickness when there is a prescribed medicine that you know that it will be effective and it will work. It's easy to be hopeful and to believe that you're going to be hired for employment when you know that you're overqualified at bumiwas na ka. Diba? It's easy to believe and hope that you will be financially stable if you are receiving something, a monthly regular salary. It's easy to believe that the relationship is possible as you pursue it when it is evident by a mutual feelings. Kaya nga po yung mga naliligaw daw sa atin. Naliligaw sila ng mga babaeng alam nilang kaya nilang pasagutin. Alam mo kaya? Sapagkat sabi ng mga psychologists, men doesn't want to experience failing. Ayaw daw nababasted ng mga lalaki. Kaya yung liligawan nila ay sigurado sila mapapasagot nila. Kaya kung katabi yung asawa nyo, sigurado ko, iisipin niya talaga, kaya ka pala niligaw, alam niya na papapasagot ka niya. Diba? Because we like, and it's easy for us to believe and to hope when we know that we're going to have a positive response. But what if the situation is extremely difficult or worse, or truly impossible? Will you be still hopeful? And if so, how can you remain hopeful in those situations? So this afternoon, we're going to talk about conditions to being hopeful. Yan po yung ating pag-usapan. And title of God's message this afternoon, Against All Odds. Okay? We're not going to sing that song of Phil Collins, but that's our title this afternoon, Against All Odds. And our text is found in Romans chapter 4, verse 18 to 25. Romans chapter 4, verse 18 to 25. I request everyone to stand in honor of God's reading of His Word. The reading of God's Word will be reading this responsibly. Okay? Babasahin po natin ng sagutan ng mga talatang ito. Okay? I'll be reading the first verse and then you're going to expand with the next verse. Against all hope, Abraham in hope believed and so became the father of many nations, just as had been said to him, so shall your offspring be. Yet he did not waver through unbelief regarding the promise of God, but was strengthened in his faith and gave glory to God. This is why it was credited to him as righteousness. The words as it was credited to him were written not for him alone,
but also for us whom God will credit righteousness, for us who believe in him who
All together now? He was delivered over to death for our sins and was raised to life for our justification. Salamat po mga po tayo na. Uli na mga sa Panginoon. So how can we have hope when we feel hopeless? What are the conditions necessary to be being hopeful? There are three things that we share to you, simple words and phrase that we can remember for us to learn and develop the trait of being hopeful. One, the first thing is that to develop a hopeful trait, we need to be truthful. Pakisabi po natin, truthful. Okay, truthful. Our passage starts in verse 18 with Paul using what we call, I've shared it before, an oxymoron. When he writes, against all hope, Abraham in hope believed. Okay? At the first glance, it's hard to understand the meaning of this statement because there were actually repeated words, but it actually implying or defining two different meanings. Against all hope, Abraham in hope believed. Ano bang ibig niyang sabihin? This idea of hope against all hope simply means that you can hope without any probable reason to hope. Na pwede kang umasa, magkaroon ng pag-asa sa kabila ng walang posibilidad na pwede mong asahan dapat kang umasa. Marami tayong asang pag-usapan ngayon. Kasi pag-asa po yun. It means that you can really hope in spite there's no probable, possible reason to hope. Is that possible? Yes. Because right now, we're going to study the life of Abraham, how he stood up against all odds and remained hopeful. Because Abraham's hope and hopefulness happened in spite of having no possible reason to hope. Nung si Abraham ay umasa sa isang kalagayan na walang anumang maaring tingnan ebidensya o maaring magtulak sa kanyang umasa ng lubusan. But, amazingly, his hope was not, as we have studied before, it was not a blind optimism. Hindi niya lang nilagpasan tingnan ang isang kalagayan sa buhay. Hindi niya binulag yung kanyang paningin para hindi makita yung katotohanan kung ano meron sa kanyang harapan. Why? Because Abraham did not turn a blind eye to seemingly hopeless conditions or circumstances they have. In fact, the word that we read in the passage that we read says in verse 19, he faced the facts. Ang sabi po ni Pablo, sinulat niya, Abraham believed and he faced the fact. Hinarap niya kung ano yung katotohanan na nasa kanyang harapan. Ano yung katotohanan pinag-usapan at sinasabi ni Pablo about what Abraham recognized at that moment? First, okay, he considered seriously that he has actually, first, he has a dead body. Meron siyang katawan na wala ng lakas at may tuturing na patay. Even though in the time of Abraham, people lived a lot longer, medyo mahaba yung nalang buhay kaysa sa ngayon. Ano po? But Abraham's years, when he was given the promise, and they had the child, was actually a time na kung saan he lost his prime years ng kanyang pagiging isang posibleng ama. Alam natin na yung panahon ni Abraham, men live or people live 100 years. But amazingly, you'll notice that many of them will, again, bear a child or bore a child at the age of 20, 30, 40. At young age. Hindi nagbago yung katotohanan at pagpalo nila ng ganitong edad, they already, masasabing, nakalipas na. May edad na. Ano po? He was not at his prime. He was already old when the promise was given and they bore a child. amazingly you'll find that Abraham's body can no longer, is not possible anymore na magbigay ng isang anak para kay Sarah. He can take all the vitamins that he can at the time. Mag-Red Bull man siya araw-araw, as I said, mag-vitamins man siya. But a 99-year-old body doesn't have the vitality for production. Yung 100 taon na edad, siguro'y hindi mo naaasahan may lakas pa. At totoo naman, he recognized that his body is no longer capable of producing a son. Not only that, hindi lamang hinarap niyang katotohanan, wala na siyang lakas na may bibigay pa.